We're getting hit hard by inflation right now, and some people want you to believe it's because of too much government spending, but is it? An important thing to remember is that the two sectors we're seeing the biggest increases are food and energy. Now, the rising food prices are the result of a couple things, one of which is the surge in natural gas prices in Europe. This makes fertilizer more expensive, which makes the food we eat more expensive. Then there are the pretty severe droughts that are hammering US agriculture. This makes it harder to grow things like corn. And when chickens, cows, and pigs eat corn, it makes them cost more. And speaking of climate-related costs, climate shocks in Brazil are making your morning coffee cost more. Then there's the rise in oil prices. This can be tied almost directly to OPEC massively scaling back production in 2020. This was to match the plummeting demand because people weren't traveling as much because of COVID. And now that demand is up even higher than it was before the pandemic, prices and production are readjusting. There's also the side note that Mohammed bin Salman in Saudi Arabia could be trying to put pressure on the Biden administration to continue getting support for his atrocities. But outside of food and energy, the shortage in shipping containers is making it more expensive to transport things. This makes consumer goods cost more. There's also the trucker shortage. This is creating bottlenecks at the ports. Truckers have been taken advantage of for a very long time in this country. Sometimes they're literally forced to pay for the upkeep of the trucks they're driving and aren't even paid for half of the time that they're driving it. And so what a shocker, a lot of these workers are now saying enough is enough. Now we're arguably only scratching the surface, but notice none of the things I mentioned have to do with government spending. We're coming out of an unprecedented global pandemic and there are going to be costs associated with that. Cutting support that's going to the American people in terms of government spending is only going to make things worse.